I'm Katie.
And I'm Claire. And
The last 48 hours I have spent trying to pass the ethic exams for my CPA license. Any guesses how many tries?
Claire, the thing is, don't you have to take so many other tests to pass?
Yeah, no, I took all the hard tests. This one's open book.
Get into that. This is really concerning, actually.
How many times do you think I took it?
I'm hoping, Claire, the way you're talking, that it was once. But I feel like it might have been something like 4.
More. I still haven't passed it, by the way. I've taken it 10 times now. I still haven't passed it.
No, Claire! What? Open note, open book. I'm so confused. What are the questions like? I hope they're not like, oh, if you had the option to run over a dog or kiss a plant, which would be you do?
It's accounting independence related. Should I audit the company of my husband? I don't know what I'm missing.
When do you need to pass by?
Well, I mean, I don't get my license unless I pass, so sooner rather than later, hopefully. But, I mean, here's the thing. I'm like, is this a sign that I was born to be an unethical accountant?
I don't think so. I don't think that's a sign. I think the sign is that maybe you should be careful or working for a sketchy bank.
Well, I feel like I've just proven that I have the skills of an accountant. I have the hours, I have the experience, I have the exams. I just don't have the ethics. But maybe one day I'll earn them. I don't know. But that being said, there are people this week who are having way worse times in corporate America.
I would argue even worse ethical problems than what you're dealing.
Maybe the CEO of a certain tech company.
corporate crash out. Will you cash in or crash out?
Okay, for anyone listening who doesn't know, Astronomer is a data app platform. And CEO was busted with his mistress at the Coldplay concert on the kiss cam.
Hey, I think the worst thing here, though, is to highlight. It went viral in 2 seconds. It was everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, it was Reddit. Every place you can imagine. And the other thing is, too, is I don't think people would have been so drawn to it if they didn't both react the way they reacted. They both immediately freaked the fuck out. The other girl hid. The girl next to her started laughing like crazy, and he was and then I was okay, you guys could have really played it off.
It was so good. So I guess she was the head of HR, but get this, Katie, she's married to another CEO. She's married to the CEO of a rum company. So woman has a type.
Do you think that's a bucket list thing? How many CEOs can I get with before I die?
It's how many different what's it called?
Industries.
How many CEO industries can I hit?
I'm dead at what Astronomer released. As stated previously, Astronomer is committed to the values and culture that have guided us since our founding. Our leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability, and recently that standard was not met. Who do you think released it, Claire, if it wasn't the HR lady?
I'm crying. No, he did step down, but I saw this TikTok and it was yeah, he stepped down. They're have an interim CEO right now. He's done. God. He fucked up.
What? Just because he cheated on his wife? Oh, but I guess with the HR.
Well, it's against company policy.
But I mean, if you cheat on somebody with somebody at your company, I mean, isn't that better than an intern or
I mean, I feel it's definitely better than an intern, but it's still not great. But I saw this TikTok and it was if your CEO isn't hooking up with your head of HR after a rough day of making slide decks, then is that really the company culture you want?
I really don't know. I don't know. But I've heard some crazy CEO stories or C-suite stories of them cheating on their wives. At one company, we all had to go to this AR sexual harassment training. My boss didn't go, first of all. He was like the only person. And I was like, you can't be like a 30-year-old guy who's like pretty high up and not go. That's not a good look. But anyways, so we all go and it's presented by the HR ladies, obviously. And they just start spilling everything about the company history and like everything that's been going on. And they said that people have been requesting to reply all. You know how you can reply and like there's a thread to everybody in the company and you can be like, oh, I'm going to email everybody in finance or everybody in IT or something like that.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. And they don't have those groups because apparently one of the really high up executives, and I still can't believe she told all of us this because there was like a room of 100 people. He was cheating on his wife with somebody, I think, at the company. And then she found out, she logged onto his work computer. And the reason she found out was because she like went through his emails and saw that she sent like the person at the company sent him nudes via work email. And this guy's like,
nudes via work email?
Yeah. Like,
that's
I feel
insane.
like they're like 40. They don't know what they're doing, you know? I mean, they kind of do, but whatever. And then his wife, what she did, she got so pissed. She replied all to everybody in the company and forwarded the pictures that her husband got of like his mistress at the company, and that's why they can't do reply all emails anymore.
That can't be real. This isn't real.
And I was looking around, I was like, is this normal? Is this, we're all just gonna like glaze over this and act like it's fine? But I guess they already heard it. So I don't know, but we did have that conversation of if you're going to send explicit pictures to your coworkers, make sure not to do it via work email was the big tip of the day in the sexual harassment training.
You know, like at bare minimum, take it to the LinkedIn DMs. Like, come on.
But yeah, that's just a funny story.
That's so funny.
But also what happened at somebody else's company. This is like all, I don't know why it's coming up. Okay. But basically in the old days, you know how you can like reserve a domain, like a website domain? Like we have our website domain, we've reserved it. But what people will do is that they'll reserve somebody else's website domain that they know doesn't have a website yet, especially like in the early whatever 2000s.
Yeah, because you can profit. You can sell it to them. It's like low-key like ransom.
It is. It actually is. I don't understand, but like, yes. And so they make you pay a whole bunch of money because they know you're going to need it, or else all your customers are going to be like super confused when they go on your website. Anyways, so it was supposed to be like this flower website, and apparently they linked it to a porn website. Anyways, but then the other thing was that like other times...
Katie, how are you just gonna gloss over that?
But if you think about it, it's kind of genius. Like guys looking for their like significant others, they go on a flower website and they're like, I'm gonna go buy flowers and be a good boyfriend, be a good husband, whatever. And they're like, you know, like,
okay, but imagine you're the business, Katie. Imagine someone bought our website domain and like just put porn on it.
So we haven't bought
like,
all
what
the
do
domains yet. So guys, if you guys buy our domain, don't put porn on.
At least put like, or honestly, I don't really fucking care at this point.
At least make sure it's good quality, okay?
Don't put any of that homemade cheap porn on there. Make it good stuff. But after this whole astronomer thing, it had me thinking, like, how have we missed? Like, this has to be going on way more. How is this the only one that's become this public? Like, companies do a really good job cleaning up after these situations.
I wonder if they pay people to delete stuff. I honestly don't know, because there's so many celebrities, so many businesses that just have done really shady or like bad things. And then I feel like everybody just forgets about it the next week.
I mean, I guess that's on having a good PR team, but like, and then I read this article about the McDonald's CEO in 2021. He was fined for having multiple affairs with staff. So I think they're like lower level.
What?
Yeah,
But I feel like
guess,
that is more of a McDonald's on brand thing to do.
and I guess obviously most companies have a policy that intimate relationships between employees, indirect or indirect reporting lines is prohibited. So I guess like that's what they called him out on. And he ended up, this is crazy, he ended up paying $400,000 in fines, like to get out of some legal battle over his relationships and breaking the policy. And he paid out $400,000 in fine. And then they turned around and paid the man $1 million in severance when he left, because he obviously like resigned from his position after the
Wait, if you resign,
scandal.
you get severance?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, that's sick.
But can you believe that? Like, has an affair with staff, gets $1 million.
I mean, low key, how much is even 400K to him? You know?
Probably not a lot. I mean, he's the CEO of McDonald's.
Isn't that so funny though? I'm just like, the fact that the CEO of McDonald's has to hit on his McDonald's employees, like not even the Hooters next door with a little bit better food and like a little bit more, like, you know?
What I want to know is like, was this cashier at McDonald's? And they never came out and said who the affair was with. I just like am dying to know.
I feel like it must be corporate, right?
I mean, it must be, but like in my ideal like scenario, he was an undercover boss and fell in love with someone at one of the restaurants.
I want to do that, but I want to be like undercover employee or something. I don't know, you know? And then go and like report back to everyone what it's like working at the company. I'm not doing that right now. Disclaimers to all like my employment, but I'm just saying like
they have that. My sister does this thing. It's called secret shopping, and she like goes to Texas Roadhouse and like has to fill out this thing, and she like secret shops. Like they have stuff like that. They have programs like this, Katie.
No, but I mean like working there. Like I would want to work at Microsoft for a week and be like
be a new hire. But that's the problem, is you have
Yeah,
to make it past the new hire phase to really get the dirt. So
Yeah.
you really would have to be there for like 3 months. Like it would be a committed situation. Okay, the other thing, I could obviously do a whole episode on this because it's so fascinating, the Theranos case between, you know, Elizabeth Holmes and her startup Theranos with like the blood testing. You know what I'm talking about, right, Katie?
Wait,
Major scammer where she made that like fake blood testing company and like deceived all these investors, and she's in prison now.
Yeah. Wasn't she Forbes 30 under 30 or something? Or 40 under 40 or
Probably. So I always knew about this whole case because I think it's just so fascinating. Like she scammed so well. It's like giving Anna Delvey its mastermind shit. But just when you think it couldn't get any worse, she was also having a relationship with the number 2 at Theranos, like her COO, and he was a 20+ year older guy. And they even moved in together and they hid it from all of their investors. Like they bought a condo or something together in California and they were living there, and she was the CEO, he was the COO, and they were raising all of this money, and like they hid it somehow from their board and their investors. And they both ended up going to prison, and they're both still in prison. But what I really want to know is when they get out, are they going to do their like house arrest and parole together?
I don't think so. I mean, house arrest, like, yeah, you probably would do together. Wait, but I guess in jail. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to know something funny?
Yeah.
WeWork apparently had a bunch of scandals, and it's even called the cult of Adam Newman. And Adam Newman once banned meat at company events for environmental reasons. And he, which I think is really funny. Like, I can understand maybe religious or something, but okay.
Environmental is kind of crazy.
And then he apparently got caught eating meat on his private jet.
Shut up! I'm sorry. Who bans meat for environmental reasons and then has a private jet? Like, this is not adding up.
Okay, so, you know, when you're a new hire and you get all your stuff set up on the first day, apparently at WeWork, they were ushered into like the room to start, and allegedly, and then they were told they had to take tequila shots with the executives in the morning on their first day.
That's my dream workplace, Katie.
His wife also, who ended up being, I didn't know this, was Gwyneth Paltrow's cousin. fired people based on quote unquote bad energy.
I mean, some people definitely have bad energy, though.
I exactly imagine like this is the kind of couple they are. You know, like the frat boy that thinks he's God and he goes into investment banking and then he ends up liking this girl because she's just really hot and into like her astronomy
Crystals?
and astrology and the crystals. And then
Oh, yeah.
he's like, okay, fine, you can do HR or whatever for my company and I'll just pay you a bunch of money so we can get rid of the whole tax thing. And then she's like, okay, you definitely sexually assaulted somebody. I don't know who, but you're getting fired. And that's how I imagine everything going.
And you know what, Katie? I somehow have no problem with this. Like, how do I get that job?
Wait, apparently Newman said he wanted to live forever and be the quote unquote president of the world.
Speaking of presidents, when I was researching for this episode, I learned something that I didn't know before about Barack Obama. It's like, again, just spiraling after Coldplay incident. And I came across Barack Obama and Michelle Obama's love story. And keep in mind, this takes place low-key before politics because they were both in law, which I didn't know that, but that makes a lot of sense for politicians, I guess. So Michelle is a junior associate at a law firm, and Barack Obama is an incoming intern. He gets paired with her, like, as a mentor-mentee relationship, which, you know, that's kind of spicy, mentor-mentee action. So they're going to mentor-mentee lunches, all these things. He's hitting on her. He's making all the moves.
It's literally like Suits. But anyways.
No, it literally is Suits. Miss Michelle, it seems from what I've read, was not really having it because she's probably like, hey, this is slightly inappropriate. I shouldn't hook up with the intern.
Who says that? Who has those kind of ethics? Not you, Claire, because you didn't pass your test and said that a mentor-mentee relationship is spicy. But anyways.
Yeah, apparently this is why I'm unethical. So anyways, he asks her on a date. They obviously start dating. At the end of his internship, he does get offered the full-time offer. He declines it and he says, I'm taking Michelle with me. We're gonna get married. And he does that and she leaves the law firm like shortly after. Is that not crazy?
He said she's going to be needed in the government, so.
She's going to be needed to be the first lady. Sorry, law firm. That story just cracked me up. And it also reminded me of this story, speaking of spicy intern relationships. So a friend of a friend had a summer lab position. So she gets this killer lab position, and it's like one of the like most sought after labs to be in, okay? And so she develops a relationship with like her direct supervisor in the lab. He's like 25, so he's doing a post-bac at this lab. And she's 19, 20. Long story short, they start hooking up in the lab.
No.
Like the intern and the supervisor in the lab.
In the lab is crazy.
I'm just like imagining there's rats. Like
I'm hoping it was like a lunchroom situation and not like a rat brain examination fucking kind of situation.
So I don't know about the hooking up, but I do know their first kiss was in the science lab.
That's kind of cute though.
There's rats in the room.
Well, there's been monkeys and, you know, some of mine, but.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. But anyways, Barack Obama and his internship love affair with Michelle just reminded me of my friend.
Claire, that's a crazy connection. But you imagine how one sounds like Barack Obama was like at a really nice like law firm and Michelle was so classy to turn him down, and then your friend's fucking in the lab with him, and you're like, oh, basically the same thing.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, intern love stories, they can go in all different directions. Interns are reckless.
Interns are really reckless, though.
I found another affair story for Intel. So the Intel CEO, why is it always the CEO? Why is it never the CFO? Why is it never the COO? you know?
I think in my mind, it's like nobody knows who the CFO or COO or literally any of the other ones are, but then they're like, oh, the CEO just made out with this girl. And then they're like, is that not his wife? She looks a lot younger. And then they go on the internet and then they take a picture and they're like, oh, it's not. And that's how it gets like public.
That's fair. But okay, so the CEO of Intel, he had a relationship with an employee. The board launched a whole investigation on his relationship, and they found out like, yeah, he breached the company policy for managers. But apparently he didn't have an employment contract. So when he resigned, he walked away with a payment of $38 million.
What?
Okay, I'm going to vouch for this guy here because the affair began before he became the CEO, apparently.
Don't you still have to like disclose it after? Like, shouldn't you like say, oh, by the way?
I mean, I guess maybe when you're getting sworn into the office of CEO, like it's your time to be like, hey, are you banging anyone in the office? Is it going to cause a problem? And then there should be an opportunity for you to be like, yeah, me and the secretary have been having spicy time in the conference room, you know?
Okay, with a secretary, you can get a new secretary. That's fine.
That's true, but you can't really get a new head of HR that easy.
This whole conversation is actually making me really sad because, Claire, you're telling me that a CEO will definitely 100% cheat on me and I can never date someone who's a CEO or going to be a CEO.
Honestly, it's dangerous. It's a dangerous game. But you could just have multiple CEOs like the head of HR. She had two. Why have one when you can have two?
Crazy. Can you imagine it's actually totally normal and the CEOs are just all swinging with each other or something? And they know because it's like this club, but then they're like have to act shocked whenever anyone figures it out.
That's so true though.
I feel like that might be how it is. It's like their secret club.
I think I'm going to have to draw a hard line at the C-suite. Anyone below that is a green flag.
So we're red flagging anyone who's above. What if it's a 10-person firm though and they're the CEO? When's the cutoff?
Okay. No, I think you have to be publicly traded.
What about Chick-fil-A though? They're not public.
You're right. Okay, how about this? I think the parameters are I will not date you if you're in the C-suite of a publicly traded company or a household name company. Like if I can say the name of the company in front of a knowledgeable individual on the streets and they know what I'm talking about, then it's a no for me.
I would also just say, like, on a more serious note, as this comes up, like, there is a lot of weird stuff around the workplace. Like, if somebody comes and, like, tells you to do an interview with them in their hotel room, that's, like, been something that sometimes people, you know what I'm saying? And, like, some kids go, and I'm like, okay, that wasn't the smartest decision, but, like, it's just, like, not good. So if someone asks you to, like, come to a hotel with them, and I mean in their room, not just like at a venue, it might be a bad sign.
Thank you, Mother Katie. Yes, avoid weird situations because the creeps are out there. And the cheaters. There's creeps and there's cheaters. They're a different breed, but
we still need to go over that whole list of who's most and less likely to cheat. But I think we can put CEO at the top for sure now.
Yeah, CEO, I think, yeah, for sure, CEO.
Okay. People that are most likely to cheat. Executive CEOs, we talked about that. Salespeople because they travel and they have charismatic personalities. And think about it, you know, sometimes they get invited to all those vacations or whatever. Client dinners and late nights.
And they drink.
They do drink. That's like part of the job, isn't it?
I feel like this is not like intercompany shit either. I feel like this is like client company affairs.
Oh, yeah.
Like for salespeople.
I was just thinking of people.
Like they'll do anything to make the deal go through. Yeah. But I think this unlocks a whole new door of affairs.
Consultants. Yeah, I kind of knew that. Constant travel, hotel stays. Maybe that's why some guys really like consulting. Okay.
Yeah, low commitment, lots of money. It's fine.
Lots of, you know, different cities, different girls, whatever. Okay.
You could have a nice little rotation.
I've heard, like, sports players do that. They have, like, their Denver girls, and there are Texas girls, and they're, like, whatever girls. And so consultants probably do that, too. Like, can you imagine? They're like, Yeah, the Walmart deal went through, babe, so I can go back to Bentonville. So we get to see
I'm
all
gonna
his
be back
stuff.
in Bentonville, Arkansas this weekend. I missed you so much, sugar. Why do I feel like they always go for the girls too who think they're the only one? Like, they're really good at that, consultants.
Yeah. Oh, finance bros. Yeah, I knew that.
Duh.
Marketing and PR pros. Wow. See, I wouldn't have pegged like marketing or PR people, but I guess that kind of makes sense.
Because they can like market themselves. I don't.
I think it's because they're persuasive people and pretty charismatic, which makes sense that they would like HR managers. That's ironically, they know everybody's secrets. Sometimes weaponized empathy and boundary crossing occurs.
Damn.
Tech leads and engineers.
Engineers, no way. No way. They're not. They can barely pull one girl. They're not.
They
cheating.
said, okay, wait. It says quiet for years, then boom, affair with someone from work or a startup partner. Often comes from sudden status or money changes. Okay, but think of that about like Mark Zuckerberg. You know, like I feel like that's what we're talking about. Like,
or like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Like, how many women has he had?
Doesn't he have like 10 alleged sons and daughters? Like, it's actually crazy. Yeah. And he like paid to keep it secret anyways. Okay. So guys, stay away from salespeople, executives, consultants, finance pros, marketing people, and HR managers. And tech engineers.
Basically anyone in business.
Oh, wait, no, Claire, we still have the accountants, remember? Okay, so corporate roles least likely to cheat are accountants and auditors. They love structure. They're structured and rules-driven, and they love a spreadsheet more than a scandal.
I'm crying.
Okay. Data analysts and data scientists, quiet, logical, often introverted. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Okay, IT support and sysadmins, behind the scenes, focused on fixing broken printers. Damn, ChatGPT is like coming. Okay. Let me ask it after this what its favorite corporate function is. Okay. Administrative assistants. Isn't that a secretary? Extremely responsible, loyal to their boss, and typically super busy.
Yeah. Often too loyal to their boss. Like, come on. Monica Lewinsky? Anyone ever heard of her?
Okay. Compliance and risk officers. That kind of makes sense. Operations and supply chain. Yeah. Project managers. Yeah, because they're stressing about their whole lives. So that's why. ChatGPT said operations is its favorite. And then after that, finance, data analytics, and internal audit.
I like this website. I just found it where they surveyed 3,800 people. And then they counted how many people confessed to infidelity, and teacher was number one.
Wait, what? Go through the whole list. I need to hear this. Wait, is a professor different than a teacher, do you think?
I don't know. Well, okay, wait. Actually, no, wait. I was wrong. Sales is number one. 239 out of 3,800 people admitted. So that's 14%.
What?
And second is teachers and training educators. 226 people. So 13%. Healthcare.
What?
Is third.
And I feel like you think it's at least double because half of those people lie.
Right. Like, you should probably take any of these numbers and at least give it another times 1.5, you know?
Yeah. Wait, that's so insane. Okay.
Kind of crazy.
Keep going.
I mean, this is just making the workplace scary. Is anywhere safe?
Accounting, Claire. We didn't forget about you.
No, I'm number 8 on this list. They gave very much 88 out of the 3,800 people. So 5.4%. But it grouped that with banking and finance, so accounting, banking, and finance.
Okay, well, finance is way higher than accounting. So
yeah, I'm not really trusting this study too much, but I do love the raw data count.
wait, so where am I?
You're grouped into finance on that one. They're broad categories.
Okay, fine. Which one's the least likely to?
Oh my gosh, we didn't even talk about lawyers.
What about them?
Cheaters, yes or no?
Yeah.
Cheaters, yeah.
The problem
think
is
so.
they just like get too big for their britches because their only way is up throughout their career. You know what I'm saying? Like at least doctor, you could have a private practice and like, you know, you're not like famous doctor really, I feel like. And then even then you're like a nerd because you have to read.
You can practice law privately. You can practice law privately.
But like I feel like people are into big law, you know what I'm saying? Like partner kind of thing. And then I feel like it's like Suits and then they all just like, I don't know.
They all just start hooking up and swapping and then it just gets messy.
You know that episode whenever they have like a case against each other, they like hook up?
Yes. I need to rewatch that. I love that show. I need to rewatch that show.
Okay, wait. What else? Where were they on the list?
They were supposed to be safe, according to this list. It says that
safe and not safe. I love how we're like,
I mean, at this point,
we're acting like they're like murderers. Like, don't go near the CEOs. Don't go near. Only
don't
do
it.
Only stick to the accounting and like data analytics people if you want a drama-free corporate life.
Hey. If I'm trusting any of the studies we've looked at tonight, it's this one because this one's Yahoo Finance, and I feel like they're pretty reputable.
Sure.
So
shout out to you,
know
Yahoo.
What?
Thanks.
shout out to Yahoo. I will now only be dating scientists, law enforcement and security, creative arts and design, media and entertainment, legal, environment and agriculture, marketing, public services, or retail. So if you're on those lists, hit me up. Thank you. Good night.
Wait, what did Yahoo say were the least ones? Or the worst one?
No, those were the least. Oh, the worst ones? According to Yahoo, starting at number 1, sales. Then we have teachers. Then we have healthcare. Then we have transport and logistics. So I'm guessing that's like truckers. Isn't that like a big thing that like truckers cheat? Because they like stop it. Like,
do they?
Have you ever heard of a lot lizard?
No. What?
A lot lizard's like a hooker, but like at a truck stop, and they like.
That's an actually insane thing. I feel like this really just sums up the fact that you're from the Midwest. Like, I think I can listen to a few of these and be like, yep, she's from somewhere in those cornfields. I don't know where, but.
Okay, so after transport and logistics, which I'm going to say is trucking, then you have hospitality and event management, then engineering, then property and construction, then accountancy, banking, finance, then information tech, and then armed forces. I'm shocked armed forces isn't higher on the list.
Yeah, I feel like they should be the first ones.
Like,
the way I hear everyone
they're
talk,
pretty notorious cheaters.
Yeah, because they get money. Like, this is what I was so confused. Don't they get money to, like, marry somebody early? And then if they do, their wife's tuition is also, like, free or something. And then so, like, there's a lot of incentives for them to just get married pretty young. And then they're not 100% sure. And then they just cheat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they get, like, preferential housing, like, increased pay. And, like, the wife gets, like, healthcare. So I'm pretty sure, like, the incentives are definitely there.
We're so far from corporate right now, but it's okay.
Anyways, now that we've spiraled on affairs all night, thank you, Coldplay.
Make sure to ask, like, on Tinder or Bumble or whatever dating apps you guys are on, when they say, like, corporate, ask what position. And if they're on any of the cheating ones, just swipe left.
And if you need tips on stalking people, check out our LinkedIn video. That's a great way to pre-screen for cheaters. So check them out on LinkedIn and check yes or no and move on. And make sure to like and subscribe, and also please send in your crazy stories.
Yes, please. please. We've gotten a few, but yeah, we want to do like a good chunk of one where we just answer you guys' questions. So submit for that.
Anyways, stay safe out there at the Coldplay concerts, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye, y'all.